And we're live.
Because I'll tell you, I've done not actually write it, but I've like committed to I am so confident in this and that and that, and then Hillary Clinton loses the election.
That's the biggest one in our lifetime. I think the biggest fucking underdog story.
I wonder
think
who
Trump
won the
being
most
the
on
president's
that.
the biggest underdog story of our lifetime.
It's definitely up there. But do you remember a year before the election, the odds to bet on Trump were insane.
Yeah, but
somebody out there made millions off this. Probably multiple people.
What if it was him? Now, wouldn't you get a little bit of a Trump boner, despite all the hate and all the reasons we have to hate him? If he said, by the way, before I announced, I bet $1 million that I would become president at 1 million to 1 odds. Add another billion for Big Trump.
Yeah.
Is that what it might be the math? Is that the math?
A million.
Yeah, 1 million times a million billion.
Okay.
No, it's not. 1,000 times a million is a billion.
Yeah, it'd be a trillion maybe.
So it would be he would crash the economy of Nevada.
Yeah.
A
1,000
million times a million is is that a trillion or a quadrillion? It's so many zeros. I don't know.
Yeah, we don't really work with those numbers often.
A trillion.
Trillion.
First trillion right here. And guess what? I just bought Amazon.
Bought it through a shadow figure. An asshole would never sell it to me. Got it anyway, Jeff. Enjoy your life.
No, WAPO has nothing but positive coverage on Trump.
It's the exact opposite of what it is now. Just the next day, clean house, new people.
Yeah, right. Have you seen the black unemployment figures? We're running with that story every day.
Yeah, it's that. Man, I wish I knew exactly what the odds were on that, because
let me see.
I saw little tales of people being like, "Oh yeah, I put $5,000 on Trump," when the odds were 1,000 to 1. It's how could that be true?
You show me your receipts.
That's got to be the most exciting day of your life.
On
to have a grand on there and watch him win.
I think the subreddit is Wall Street Bets. And they often show screenshots of the actual receipts or clips that they made. I'm rolling the dice on this thing. And they lose a lot, but it's pretty fun to watch.
Let's see.
You looking for Trump odds?
Yeah. This guy won $2.5 million through the course of the campaign betting on Trump. As the odds changed throughout the campaign, he bet more and more. The customer made several bets as the odds continued to shift with polls. The odds of a Trump win closed from 25 to 1 in August 2015. It was 25 to 1 in August of 2015 when he first announced his campaign, or returned 25 times. Yeah, we know what 25 to 1 means, Fortune magazine.
So wait.
Who do you think's reading? Down to 6 to 4 ahead of the first debate, and 5 to 1 on Tuesday night, which is election night.
All right, it says one Betfair gambler was confident in Trump's victory with a future that has been widely considered delusional and improbable. He was the biggest winner of the presidential elections, 2.5 million.
Yeah,
that's insane.
That's pretty great.
That's life-changing.
Yeah, for sure. Well, maybe not. Well, he bet at 25 to 1 and he ended up with 2.5 million. So what did he bet? 10? Is that 100,000? Yeah. Yeah, he bet $100,000. Yeah.
Man. Well, still, that's really cool. Good for him.
Yeah, fuck yeah, man. Yeah,
that's one of those things that would be in Biff's, sports almanac. If you could go back in time and be like, hey, you're not going to believe this, even when I tell you, when you're living through it, Trump's going to win. Put everything you have on him, and also buy Bitcoin 7 years before that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that would be the big. I think that's kind of the thing that any of us would do, right? The most recent in our lifetime thing. Go back, buy Bitcoin when it's 6 cents a piece, and people are sending out what is now $1 million to buy pizza.
With future knowledge of sports or stocks or anything, you could just multiply the money over and over and over, many fold, because you could
I
bet
would argue
that the stock's going to go up.
Than sports.
Because you can win it. You can win on the way up. You can win on the way down, and you can just keep fucking bouncing it. Just betting futures.
Taking your money. You're allowed to get as rich as Warren Buffett in stocks.
It's all legal. Nobody's concerned about it.
I feel like Vegas had stopped taking my bets, and I'd just be screwed.
Sure. Yeah. You'd have a hard time finding a sports book that wanted your fucking action because you'd never lost.
Yeah. You'd have to do both and diversify, and then intentionally 25% of the time make purposeful losses. to throw people off the trail.
You could just win the lottery on one of those nights where it was like $500 million. You know, like there's pre-knowledge is the greatest mass superpower ever. Fucking Doctor Strange is the most powerful Marvel character because he can see the fucking future.
And he can do it twice.
Yeah, 1,000,000 times. Yeah. I don't know, man. I think that's the biggest underdog story of our lifetime. I can't think of any.
I think it was Bill Burr on like Conan, like right after he won, and of course like the whole crowd there was like all like boo and boo-hoo sad.
Boo-hoo
and
sad.
he was like, this is the biggest upset ever. He's the greatest shit talker ever. What are you gonna do? The dude sat up there, got roasted by the president, and said, "Motherfucker, in 2 years I'm gonna have your job." And he did it. And he's like, all you guys acted like the 1980s Olympics blows that out of the water. Nothing. Means nothing.
But Miracle on Ice? Please.
Yeah, it's like, who cares? Like, he's bringing up all these upsets. Hilarious.
I remember him. I don't know if it was the same show, but everyone's all boo-hoo. And Bill Burr is like, what? You're going to be fine. You'll be fine. It's the president. Like, you're always fine. It doesn't matter. You're fine. Don't worry about it. You're fine.
Yeah.
And
let me ask you about Obama. Do you ever come into your house, make you a sandwich?
Yeah.
Do anything for you? No. It's going to be fine. That was so funny to me to like that of everyone. Mr. Hothead Bill Burr is like the voice of calm down. Like it's
He was.
Yeah.